Rain falling on the wires, smoke still rising from the fires. Empty streets and shattered signs. I'm still chasing what was mine. Every shadow pulls me back. Every heartbeat leaves a track. If there's hope beyond the gray, I can hear it call my name. You're my last signal, the only light I know. Through the silence, through the smoke, you're my last signal. You're my last signal. When the whole turns cold, even if the skyline falls, you're my last signal. Neon tears on broken glass, ghost of futures in the past. Every road I walk alone still feels like the way back home. If the stars forget to shine, I will build my own tonight. Every scar became a guide, leading through the endless night. You're my last signal, the only light I know. Through the silence, through the smoke, you're my last signal. You're my last signal. When the whole world turns cold, even if the skyline falls, you're my last signal. When the darkness closes in, I can hear you through the wind, through the fear, through the pain. You keep calling me again. You're my towers in the distance, neon rain across the street. Every screen is flickering slowly, like the world forgot to breathe. Silent drones above the rooftops, cold wind moving through the night. We were trapped inside the system, chasing fragments of the light. Every heartbeat starts to shake, like the ground is gonna break. Every whisper turns to sound when the silence crashes down. Lost frequency tonight, running through the satellite light. Every shadow comes alive, streets beneath the glow. Static voices in the air, but I still feel you everywhere. Through the noise, through the night, I can see a distant light. Every shadow knows your name. Nothing here will be the same. I'm lost in the echoes, calling where nobody knows. Running through these empty roads. I'm lost in the echoes. I'm chasing your signal through the dark, through the cold. Even if the world explodes, I'm lost in the echoes. Neon rain on shattered glass, memories that never pass. Every step inside this maze still leads back to yesterday. If your voice is out there still, somewhere past the silent hills, I will run through every storm till I find where we were born. I'm lost in the echoes, calling where nobody knows. Running through these empty roads. I'm lost in the echoes. I'm chasing your signal through the dark, through the cold. Even if the world explodes, I'm lost in the If the sky begins to fall, I will hear your distant call. Through the smoke, through the gray, you're the light that leads the way. I'm lost in the echoes, but your fire still glows. Somewhere in these broken roads, I'm lost in the echoes. I'm chasing your signal. Now I know I'm not alone. Even in the darkest zone, I'm lost in the echoes. Static running through my mind, flickering lights I can't define. Voices fading in the noise, echoes I can't avoid. step, I'm drifting far, trying to remember who we are. In the silence I can hear something drawing me so near. I'm lost in the signal. Can you feel it in your bones? Every message that we send never makes it home. I'm lost in the signal, but I won't disappear. Through the static and the noise, I can feel you here. Shadows moving in the dark, fading lines of broken spark. Every memory feels erased, like a ghost I can't replace. Hear the frequency collide, like a war I feel inside. In the chaos I can see there's still something left of me. I'm lost in the signal. Can you feel it in your bones? Every message that we send never makes it home. I'm lost in the signal, but I won't disappear. Through the static and the noise, I can feel you here. Calling out through empty space, so searching for a trace. In the dark, I still believe you're the code that sets me free. Free, 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 free. Breaking through it all, breaking through it all. I won't lose control. Out of the signal. Power rising in the dark. Can you feel the engine start? through the skyline, silent alarms across the night. We were shadows in the system, searching for a final light. Every heartbeat starts to shake as the circuits overload and break. Every siren screams below while the city loses control. Midnight reactor tonight, burning through the satellite light. Every shadow Can you feel the ending near? Static in the atmosphere. Can you feel